Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy.
You too, Ty. Now, where's Jill?
And what can I do for you? I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye.
Leave them pilgers nice and chilled. Won't have use.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in them.
Fresh cuts! Come and get...
You haven't much, but you're free to look. I trust it's all here.
How the hell is anyone's...
What do you want? If that's what you want.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
All anyone ever wants anymore is war.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now, all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid, the man who... Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever whatever you call it. I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him. Trouble with the ledgers.
Nick told me she was building a ship.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. I don't want to be listening. A little. Listen. I've some bad news, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought, sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it from...
Be late for the hours.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. You know, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan? Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But
we owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was my decision.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my...
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to what.
I know. Which is why I don't...
Go.
Because you'd rather Lady...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed.
Well, I said...
Don't worry. I'm sure...
Really?
No.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting... But it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's...
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me anyway. Why are you the one here asking me about this? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death.
Something like that. Most days, I think.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the... Sid may have been the face of... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread to the world.
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven calling.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Milady.
Gif? Oh my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the Hideaway's debt with the... and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone...
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something else.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh.
Lady Karen Goat tells me you... Would you prefer...
Mod tech? I don't recall lending any of you. I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you would...
Oh, fine. Where'd you even get this? A canny. Might be I already. It might be you even know her. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up thanks to this, I sometimes wonder what.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those legends...
Right.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clip.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him. How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? 20 summers. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd wander. That was... before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his...
Couldn't you and your family...
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tell him who cried for me, him who swore, and he was true to his word too. Left the Royal Arm, threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else... I knew then I'd follow that man. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really?
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
I got your note. You think something's wrong?
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now didn't like him. You've not been working him too.
No harder than you. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is.
I suppose things happen different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of Ev.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that cuirass, perhaps sharing a...
That part still, you got a keen eye, I'll get... It's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. And oddly, the metal itself, what you could slice them at.
So that's what's trouble. And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking...
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him...
Little wonder. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do, which made it nice and easy finding...
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who me like? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmeckian, and he's got more money than... Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dal...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate... Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
He isn't here.
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what...
I rather think she might be right. Though all canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich man, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not if we assume that his newfound magics require additional it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether as to where one might find a suitable substitute.
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about.
Even so.
Good hunting,
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Well. Here. Sid.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, yes? But the problem is, which is why...
I imagine... So what...
Not gave you put and...
I
would have gone...
All right.
Frank...
Mid might need some help tidying up.
You mean the eye?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Obeleth.
Yep. You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid. But anyway, I got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to...
Thank you, Obeleth.
Don't mention.
What tidings? Troubling. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we could... But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on, just be sure to give Sid and the...
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of.
I hope she's telling the... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
It's gone. The whole mother crystal. My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamel is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your trial.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
got company! Come on, lad, let's tear the bastard's head off! Go for it! Get him! Go for it! Over here! This one. Nice try. Get him! Over here!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call it?
Wyvern.
A formidable. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should suffice.
You're a peculiar fellow.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used I believe. Each sword there's a...
But how do they...
Why, they use a whetstone. But it is a mineral. And that, Wyvern, take this, the very and a far.
Pardon.
I am... Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. And is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern, may our path... Radim! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you. Coming, my lord.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an inn now.
Get him! Attack! Go for it!
Come on. Run like the wind.
Company.
You deserve a rest.
This one. Attack. Soil. Throw torch. This one. Over here!
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
This one. Now, Torgal! Over here! Attack! Sickle! Throw Torgal!
Now. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that out, which means we... You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to eat. Good girl. All right. Straight home now.
Over here! Throw Torgal!
Nice try. what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
All yours, Torgal. Get him! Nice move! Get
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
I noticed you. So, Molly's left over. All right, now we know.
Speaking.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Toby.
I was just on my way to...
Ah, Clive. Were you...
you?
About the family. That Torgal consent and one can...
He has seen...
And if I...
Sorry for no.
You learned something.
I did bet. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same thing. One hit might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent.
Even so.
I think so, but there'd be no reply. No sort. Nah, but and what's just him? I won't.
I'm sure. Just.
I'll be. Hey, he'll be. And I'll see you come.
All right.
Back, are you? So, will it be? It'd last you a good while. No scratches, right? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
All right there?
I have.
That's the right. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic.
Very
Why do you let... Well, go on. That's... Where is... No, for some...
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
This one.
So what do you think?
That we'd be...
Really?
Oh. I take it. Oh, no. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran each up.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. Or
you just...
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take it.
Look lively, you lot.
Well, we've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Over here!
All yours, Torgal!
Over here! Go!
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong.
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
What if we want his help?
I see the Dalnecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
This might take a while.
Get him! Go, Torgal!
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. A final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Torgal! Now, Torgal!
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold them. Inside, his troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Get him!
This one.
Over here.
This one.
Get him. Over here.
This one. Nice try.
Over here!
This one.
Faster!
They've closed the road to Randalar.
If the siege breaks, they'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
Yeah!
Not much further to Baghdad now.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
All yours, Torgal! Go, Torgal!
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion.
Bloody cruising caravans scooping up all the best customers.
What are you looking for? A fine choice. You've a discerning eye. Many thanks. You've a discerning eye.
Out of my sight, wretch! I've no use for a brand.
Peaches and pears. Beets and beans.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an exception? Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Tight-fisted swines.
You won't find anything of this quality. Twinside.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, to get the...
I know where! No.
Where do we find...
She's the owner of the Crimson Car...
No.
I'm gonna...
All right.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Next to the checkpoint.
Well met. Thank you.
You're sure you don't need it? Thank you. Just what I was looking for.
May Gilbert smile upon you.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By little Ben.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes, and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, wretch! I know you for a
Come on, come on!
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Juicy pears! Slake your...
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking
She told
for hard, not that...
Their eyes...
Thank...
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion.
Fish for sale! Fresh soup! Can I...
She's-
It's possible. A few, but...
It's-
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Come and taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you something?
I'll take the large one.
Do you have a moment? What? No, so...
Jug of snake spit for the...
What? It's what we need... I don't... He's...
We need to...
Do you... He's thank...
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap. Water for hire.
That's that, then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep...
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit! We're in trouble now!
What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter! Where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
Did you see a boy run past? Thank you.
Shit. I'm cornered.
It's all right, Hansa. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me a good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hansa.
You found him, then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them, anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him!
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the Cast Stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with Gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the Stones, some other poor... Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocket. Then we all want the same...
Oh?
So?
What else? You get your trader's pass back, and I'm...
All right, then.
All right. Hansa, where are they camped?
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string...
We'll try it this time.
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft?
Laney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
No, you better not have scared any of my birds.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
for one who's been sticking his nose in our business. You should have minded your own. Get him! This one. Ogle, kill!
I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track. Come on.
We got company! Just the lot. Go, Tor! Over here! Get him! Stay down! This one! Go, Tor! Get him!
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Not a bad hold.
The lead.
They don't deserve any more.
I wasn't planning on showing them.
We're ready when you...
Oh, I'm ready.
It's that guard from Falkland. Kill him! Kill them all!
Over here!
Gold chain. Not yet. Now
We should go.
Of course. Oh, and
we'll be glad.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting...
Quite the opposite.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demand... I only... Speak...
you are too kind. Here, Clive. Goods' pass.
I will.
Can I count on your help in sorting?
Of course. I expect you'll... Would it? Don't look so shocked.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravan, for a small fee, we will move anything, be that goods to market.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her...
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the... Wouldn't you agree?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same. So what would you say to working?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is out.
Here, Clive.
What is it?
Elle has friends in high places, while I have associates in, lower ones. That mark is proof that you're a friend to us both.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan, but if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course. Say, 9 million?
We'll try the caravan. Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
If I knew where I
Now I
was,
just need to see
brought
about
any
getting the
coin.
word. I want to know right away.
Bad news.
Good. Only try.
What exactly?
I've come.
So,
Oh, would you? So you stop. Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion. The night.
Let me carry your goods.
Pardon me, but would you have that, mate?
How-
Where and where?
my arms are yours.
Wonderful. Then come. We must. But quick.
Wait. I better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
I was now.
Any idea what...
The joke.
Porter for hire. Best servant.
Peaches and pears.
Come one, come all!
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Come, we get any.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Let us through.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
If I knew where
arrivals had brought...
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together. And the way I...
How so?
Well, and then there's those kind of... right. The woe... Never...
Porter for hire. Best service.
That's that then.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going.
What do you want? I've no coin on me.
Just information. Has a sellsword passed through here? Grey hair.
Now you mention it, there was a young man with salt in his mane sneaking around out there a while back.
Which way did he go?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin when you know.
Over here!
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. Thanks to your more important... colossal vest.
He's passionate. I'll give him that. Neither do...
Well, yes, we can. Though Mum won't let me near. Shh, I only...
I'd Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here. I think we've found our thieves.
They don't look happy to see me.
All yours, Torgal.
This one. Stay down. Farewell. Let's get Come on.
Yeah!
Not. All right then. Who's first?
Go for it! Get him! Over here! This one! You're finished!
He's really got himself into trouble this time.
Get him! Go for it! Stay down! Too slow. Get him! Get him! Go for it! This one!
Don't stop!
Here.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
And nasty.
Joseph, he's...
Thank...
Peaches and pears, beets and beans.
Come on, come all!
Caravan stops next.
Juicy pears! Slake your thirst!
What I really want to be is a blacksmith.
Here you are, Good. Try not to lose it again.
Me pass! You found it! Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back without it. I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo, too.
So should you, Hansa. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
We do. And we already have. Miss Elle's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fed.
You stick at it, then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well. Eh?
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer.
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
Right. Let's go.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts, and more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience. But if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may. What do you know of my blood?
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gill.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you. And this is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
One would never guess that these people stood on the brink of war.
And they're afraid. They turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the Mother Crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
What is it, boy?
What's happening?
I don't know. Torgal! This way.
The city's on fire.
I'm sure Goots is fine. He'll be making for the square.
The one with the bell tower. Middle of town, right?